purpose, and I had done it. I mean,
Okay.
after
Yeah,
the
they're
fact, it
beautiful.
it
Aw.
looks like a 7-year-old probably did it, but it was just so fascinating for me that I did it, and I was just blown away. And
But you stepped out of your comfort
I
zone.
stepped out of my comfort zone. Like
Yeah.
it really, I mean, I hate for it to sound cliche, but it's real. It changed my life
Yeah.
because now I paint.
Well,
And
we're not going to even get into that because we're going to
okay,
let people know in a few minutes how much it
okay,
really did change your life.
yes.
Now, what are the benefits of visiting an art gallery besides enhancing your brain function and awakening your visual imagination? What do
Um,
you think art galleries do?
so I think it's also it can also be a history lesson. You
Absolutely.
know, and learning about the particular artist. And then
Yep.
you also can learn there's like different techniques to art.
Yes.
You know, and you know, just if you're just not that familiar with the world and you kind of just see on TV or you may read a novel and it talks about an art gallery and you know, they say there's no judgment in art and that art is left up to interpretation and it's so real, but you just
Yeah.
make those connections to everyday life.
And you know what? And so, what I find fascinating about that is you, because of your experience going to that very first gallery, then having that event birthday party for yourself at a gallery. And like you said, that was 10 years later, you open Honey Art Studio Art Gallery. Let's talk about that. So, how did you throw away your marketing hat and decide, you know what, I'm not doing business plans with y'all no more. I'm getting ready to start working on this Honey Art Studio. Tell me about that. And congratulations for that too.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm a huge fan of Shark Tank. Okay,
Okay.
like my family, like they know if I'm watching TV, it's probably Shark Tank. So I remember watching an episode, and one of the ladies was talking about she was an entrepreneur instructor for a long time, but she always had a desire to start a business. And she said, you know what? I've been teaching, now it's time. And so I still keep on my marketing hat and I still teach, but it was time for me to jump in the game,
Okay.
you know? And the art, it kind of was, I really feel like it's a gift given to me. I really do. Because like I said, I don't have a background in art. I was scared of art. And since I had this opportunity and it was so life-changing for me, I started hosting art parties. And then somebody said they would pay me for it. And Kelly, that was
Oh,
it.
that
Because,
did
you know,
it.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. So as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, okay.
And you know what I found interesting about you is that you were a part of that paint night movement. And, you know, so you
Yes.
were in the
And
beginning stages of
I
that.
didn't know. I did not know all that was going on. That's why I said God really gave me a gift. I mean, I'm just
Oh,
like when people call me and say, you know, they want to set up an art party or they want to come to my studio, I'm still in awe. Like, is this really my life? They're calling me because it's a movement. You're right. People
yes,
are doing paint nights and
yes,
everywhere.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it was just, again, like I said, it was just that seed planted so long
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
And it just grew and grew. What really happened was my living room was full of supplies and canvases and brushes. My kids were like, Mom, really? So I was like, okay, I got to get a space. And so that's really how it happened. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, it just kind of happened for me, honestly.
And you know what? And I remember when you were in Delhi City, your
Mm-hmm.
first one, I loved it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she really does have this studio. So now tell me, what are some of the events
Mm-hmm.
and the classes that
Okay.
you have? Because not only do you have classes and you host events, but like you said, people can rent your space as well.
Yes.
So tell
Yeah.
me about that.
Yeah, so it's an event space, it's an art studio, it's an art gallery. So we just hosted 2 graduation parties, separate events. So like people come and they host graduation parties, birthday parties. We had a Mother's Day dinner. So the space is available for different types of activities and events. We have an upcoming event with UCSF, and they're going to come in and their staff. We're going to host an art party for them as a retreat for them. So there's just multiple reasons people come. And within the space now, we have a fantastic exhibit.
Okay.
We have over 72 images from the book Harlem of the West. And it depicts Black life in photography from 1940s through 1960s. And in the Fillmore, it used to be a really thriving Black community.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like businesses, professional services, doctors, attorneys. They had a huge nightlife. Lena Horne and Billie Holiday.
So you got Billy D. Williams on your mind,
Right,
huh?
yeah, right. He might have been there because when you see those photos, everybody used to come to the Fillmore. Like that, it was really the Harlem of the West.
I love looking at those photos in your studio. They're
amazing.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yes. So
and they're black and white, which makes it even better.
Right. Yes. I actually had someone come in and visit, and they said they want to recreate that with some modern day people in our community, but they wanted black and white. So
okay, nice.
Just that feel of black and white. But so in addition to event space, people really come and just want to see the gallery. We have schools, University High School came, their social justice department, and they took a tour of the space and wanted to learn more about the Fillmore. My alma mater, which I mentioned earlier, Dr. William L. Cobb, it's an elementary school not too far from us. They come on a regular basis. They're 4th and 5th graders, and we teach them history. We had a film group come 2 days ago from Paris, and they heard about the images, and they came and took photos and asked questions about, the exhibit. So yeah, the space, and it's also, honestly, there was a group of us in the space one evening, and we were sitting in the window so you can see us. It was probably about 7 or 8, and this guy literally double parked his car, walked in, and he said, "What is this?" And we're like, "It's Honey Art Studio." And he's like, "No, I haven't seen a space where Black people are in a business, just being in a space." He said, "I haven't seen this in so long. I just wanted to come in and see what was going on."
Oh, how sweet is that?
Yeah, that was just like amazing because, Fillmore does look different than what it used to look like, And so for people to feel comfortable, like I said, people come from Paris and people come from Antioch, just for a safe space, and then to just, kind of feel Black culture again in the Fillmore.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's why what you're doing is so important. It is so important that you have brought that inspiration that you got to life, you know what I mean? And now being able to share it and educate people. And it's historical.
Mm-hmm.
You could be it's kind of like you are part of the Harlem Renaissance kind of movement, preserving that Blackness. And I love that about you. So now tell me, what are some of the classes that you offer?
Okay. So, Kelly, even when I walked back into your classroom and I was teaching a marketing class, I think I pulled you to the side and said, "Well, Kelly, I still want to know how to sew."
You did. You did. Yeah.
So thanks to you, Kelly, you developed our sewing curriculum. So we still teach sewing classes, beginning sewing classes. And then we also just have a variety of art classes. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I think a lot of people do it. You're late night, maybe 1, 2 in the morning, and you're scrolling and you see these like strange kind of projects people are working on,
Yes.
real quick snippets of like people pouring paint or coloring tennis shoes or just different
Yeah.
crazy things. And then they come out